Welcome to our CompTIA Core 2 crash course, where we will focus on the key topics necessary for rapid learning and exam preparation. Today's agenda emphasizes efficient absorption of high-level concepts without getting lost in the minor details. You will learn how to identify the most important information, use memory hacks to improve recall, and practice relevant commands or configurations as soon as they're introduced. Feel free to bypass or skim sections you already know well, directing more time and effort toward your weaker areas. Finally, we will stress the importance of deeper, hands-on lab work once you build a strong conceptual foundation through this crash course. By following this structure, you can optimize your study methods and enhance your overall readiness for the exam. This crash course is designed as a concise, high-speed overview, providing you with streamlined explanations of critical CompTIA Core 2 objectives. Think of it as your roadmap. Instead of memorizing everything line by line, prioritize the bigger concepts and logic behind each topic. Make use of the included memory hacks, mnemonics, or quick reference guides to quickly retrieve the essential facts on test day. As you go through each slide, try to apply new knowledge immediately, whether by running commands in a virtual lab or adjusting system settings on a practice device. If you find the topic overly familiar, feel free to move on and revisit it only if needed. This flexible method ensures you focus on the concepts that will truly boost your exam performance. Operating systems are at the heart of computing, facilitating hardware resource allocation, user interaction, and software coordination. Windows, macOS, Linux, and mobile OS platforms all share the core function of orchestrating CPU, memory, and storage usage. They also provide user interfaces, whether graphical or command line, and enforce file system structures and permissions. A stable operating system is critical to security and performance, loading device drivers, and managing process scheduling. By imagining the operating system as a conductor leading the orchestra, you can better appreciate why correct updates, patches, and careful configuration are so vital. Grasping foundational OS principles supports more effective troubleshooting, performance tuning, and software hardening against vulnerabilities. Windows is available in Home, Pro, Enterprise, and Education editions, each tailored to distinct user needs. Home is designed for everyday consumers who value simplicity, while Pro adds features like Remote Desktop, BitLocker, and Group Policy, appealing to advanced users or small businesses. Enterprise editions introduce volume licensing and advanced security tools, making them ideal for large organizations. Education shares many enterprise features, but is adapted for academic contexts. Familiarity with each edition's capabilities, licensing terms, and support lifespan enables you to offer better advice or diagnose potential issues. A handy mnemonic is HPEE, Home, Pro, Enterprise, Education, which reminds you of the tiered features and ensures you can quickly differentiate between them during troubleshooting and planning. Several installation methods are available when setting up Windows, and your choice hinges on specific goals and constraints. A clean install erases the drive, laying down a fresh OS with no legacy data, a method that typically minimalizes leftover issues but requires thorough backups. Upgrading preserves files, settings, and apps, although it may carry over unwanted remnants. Image-based approaches uses standardized system images, making them invaluable for deploying multiple machines with identical configuration. Tools like Media Creation Tool, or Rufus, help create bootable media, while SysPrep generalizes an image for broader compatibility. During partitioning, MBR suits older BIOS systems, whereas GPT pairs with modern UEFI hardware. Always ensure essential data is backed up before proceeding, as OS installations can overwrite everything on a drive. Windows offers a range of utilities to configure system settings and troubleshoot issues. The Control Panel provides detailed, traditional configuration options, whereas the Settings app delivers a modern, streamlined experience. Device Manager is indispensable for updating drivers and diagnosing hardware conflicts. Task Manager lets you monitor processes and CPU or memory usage, helping you detect resource hogs. Services.msc controls which Windows services run, while the Event Viewer logs errors, warnings, and security events. Mastering these tools not only streamlines day-to-day administration, but also equips you with the necessary insights to diagnose and fix problems promptly. Memorizing a quick sequence like CSDTSE, Control, Settings, Device, Task, Services, Event, keeps these utilities at the forefront of your troubleshooting arsenal. Command line proficiency in Windows can significantly speed up both routine tasks and advanced troubleshooting. Common commands include ipconfig to display or refresh network settings, and ping to test connectivity to a remote host. For system stability checks, SFC/scan now scans and repairs protected files, while checkdisk CHK/DSK inspects drive integrity. The netstat utility monitors network connections and open ports, aiding in security and performance investigations. Disk partitioning tasks can be managed with diskpart, and task kill terminates problematic processes. Even system restarts can be automated or performed remotely using shutdown. Practicing these commands in a test environment, such as a virtual machine, helps build the confidence necessary to tackle real-world issues and exam scenarios efficiently. macOS is renowned for its integrated hardware and software ecosystem, resulting in a smooth user experience. System Preferences simplifies key adjustments such as display, security, and user account settings, while Spotlight enables quick file and app searches. Time Machine provides an easy, robust backup solution, and Disk Utility lets you manage disk partitions or run repair routines. Activity Monitor tracks real-time CPU, memory, and energy usage, highlighting potential performance bottlenecks. Keychain Access holds credentials securely, and File Vault encrypts the entire drive to protect stored data. For more advanced administration, macOS offers a Unix-based terminal environment, bridging the gap for users familiar with Linux command lines. By exploring these tools thoroughly, you can maintain and secure macOS devices with relative ease. Linux stands out for its flexibility, community-driven support, and broad range of distributions, such as Ubuntu, Fedora, Debian, or Kali. Administration often centers on the terminal, where commands like sudo grant root privileges, and package managers apt, yum, dnf handle software installations or updates. The file system hierarchy starts at the root directory, a /, branching into essential directories like /etc, home, and var. Permissions follow a owner, group, others format, each with read, write, and execute rights. As an open source platform, Linux benefits from extensive documentation, forums, and user-driven improvements. This versatility allows it to power everything from embedded systems to full-scale servers. Embracing foundational Linux commands and structures sharpens your cross-platform knowledge, benefiting both exam preparation and real-life IT scenarios. Selecting an appropriate file system and configuring permissions effectively underpins reliability and security. In Windows, NTFS is the default, supporting encryption, disk quotas, and detailed ACLs. FAT32 remains common on older devices or simple use cases, but enforces a 4 GB file size cap. exFAT removes that cap, making it suitable for removable media. Linux typically uses ext4, known for stability and performance, while macOS employs APFS or HFS+, depending on the system's age. Proper permissions management helps prevent unauthorized data access or accidental modifications. In Linux and macOS, permissions are split among owner, group, and others, each able to read, write, or execute files. Making the right choices for your environment ensures smooth interoperability, better performance, and enhanced data protection. Mobile platforms primarily evolve around Apple's iOS and Google's Android. iOS is a closed ecosystem, tightly controlling hardware and software integration for reliability and uniform updates. Android, an open-source platform, is adaptable to diverse devices and manufacturers. Both systems utilize sandboxing, limiting apps' access to the broader file system, which helps contain potential malware. Over-the-air updates deliver new features and security patches, and push notifications keep users engaged with real-time information. Onboarding typically involves connecting to Wi-Fi, signing in with an Apple or Google account, and configuring optional features like location services. Given their portability and constant connectivity, mobile devices require special attention to security, ensuring screen locks, encryption, and regular OS updates are crucial for protecting both personal and corporate data. In organizational settings, mobile device management, or MDM, solutions such as Microsoft Intune, VMware Workspace ONE, or JMF Pro help keep mobile fleets aligned with security and policy requirements. Administrators can push apps, enforce strong passwords, and remotely update or wipe devices to protect sensitive information. BYOD, Bring Your Own Device, introduces complexity by mixing personal and corporate data, often addressed through containerization. This strategy keeps business-related emails, files, and apps separate from personal content, balancing user privacy with company security. Backup practices like iCloud on iOS or Google Backup on Android remain essential for data continuity. With the increasing capabilities of smartphones and tablets, robust MDM ensures consistency, compliance, and swift remediation of security threats across distributed workforces. Security encompasses confidentiality, integrity, and availability, known collectively as the CIA triad. Achieving these goals involves layering multiple defenses at the hardware, software, and user policy levels. For instance, encryption protects data at rest and in transit, while firewalls block unwanted connections, and antivirus software detects malicious files. Physical security, such as locked doors and biometric access, supplements logical measures like intrusion detection systems. User education is paramount, as social engineering remains a major risk, and effective security stance evolves over time, with frequent patches, regular audits, and vigilant monitoring forming the backbone of a resilient system. By systematically addressing vulnerabilities at every layer, organizations can minimize the risk posed by ever-changing cyber threats. Malware is engineered to harm, infiltrate, or exploit systems for illicit gain. Viruses latch onto legitimate files and spread through user interaction, while worms replicate independently across networks. Trojans disguise malicious code within seemingly harmless software, tricking users into installation. Ransomware locks or encrypts files, demanding payment for restoration. And spyware surreptitiously collects users' data or behaviors. Adware bombards victims with unwanted pop-ups or banners. Routine software and OS updates combined with up-to-date antivirus solutions help deter these threats. Regular user training, such as caution around suspicious email attachments or websites, adds a crucial human firewall, Recognizing each type's distinct behavior and entry points enables targeted defense strategies and rapid incident containment when threats surface. Rather than exploiting software flaws, social engineering manipulates human nature, making it an often successful attack vector. Phishing relies on deceptive emails that mimic legitimate sources to steal credentials, while vishing uses phone calls to coerce sensitive information. Shoulder surfing happens when an attacker physically observes credentials being typed, and tailgating involves following someone into restricted spaces. Impersonation sees attackers posing as trusted individuals, bosses, IT staff, or vendors, to trick victims into compliance. Countermeasures include training employees to verify suspicious requests, checking email domains carefully, and refusing to divulge personal or corporate data without rigorous identity confirmation. Fostering a skeptical mindset helps individuals spot red flags, transforming them into the first line of defense against social engineering attempts. Robust security demands integrating physical measures with logical controls. Physical barriers include locks, keycards, privacy filters on monitors, and surveillance cameras that deter unauthorized entry. Logical measures consist of antivirus software, host-based firewalls, data encryption, and routine patching of operating systems or applications. Monitoring tools like intrusion detection systems and log analyzers spot unusual network traffic or repeated access attempts. These layers work best when combined. A locked server room prevents tampering with hardware, while multi-factor authentication provides critical accounts from being compromised remotely. Organizations should also clearly document configuration baselines, ensuring uniform implementation of both physical and logical measures. By treating security holistically, you create an environment where vulnerabilities are minimalized and potential breaches are swiftly detected. Protecting user accounts is a top priority because compromised credentials can grant attackers wide-ranging access. Strong passwords ideally blend uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and symbols, though modern guidance often favors passphrases for better memorability. Enabling multi-factor authentication, MFA, significantly raises the bar, combining something you know, a password, with something you have, a token or phone, and sometimes something you are, biometric data. Group policy in Windows enforces uniform settings, such as password complexity or account lockout thresholds, ensuring consistency. Periodic reviews of active accounts help administrators deactivate or remove stale profiles, reducing the attack surface. Least privilege ensures each user or process only has the permissions needed to do its job. This layered approach curtails risk, containing breaches before they escalate. Workstations represent the last mile of defense, where users interact directly with critical systems. Hardening these endpoints starts with disabling unnecessary services and restricting administrative rights, preventing malicious software from escalating privileges. BIOS or UEFI passwords safeguard against unauthorized booting from external media, and operating system level policies like user account control, UAC, prompt for confirmation when elevated permissions are needed. Physical security measures, such as cable locks or locked offices, guard against theft or tampering. Regular patches keep vulnerabilities at bay, while scheduled anti-malware scans maintain a clean environment. Login timeouts and automatic screen locks ensure unattended workstations aren't an open door for intruders. A well-defended workstation reduces the likelihood that minor oversights will lead to major security incidents. Encryption is key to safeguarding both data at rest and data in motion. In Windows environments, BitLocker encrypts the entire drive, leveraging a Trusted Platform Module, TPM, or external USB for authentication. On a file-by-file basis, EFS, encrypting file system, protects sensitive information within NTFS volumes. macOS users can employ File Vault to secure their entire drive. When traveling or storing data off-site, removable drives or external disks can also be encrypted, preventing unauthorized access if lost or stolen. Managing keys or recovery passwords carefully ensures legitimate data owners can regain access if hardware fails or is replaced. Comprehensive encryption strategies satisfy many regulatory compliance requirements and strengthen overall security by making stolen data nearly useless to attackers. Modern smartphones and tablets carry extensive personal and corporate data, necessitating vigilant security. Simple measures like lock screens protected by pins, patterns, or biometrics can thwart casual opportunists. Full device encryption, often enabled by default, prevents thieves from extracting information once they acquire a device. Features like Find My Device let owners locate, lock, or erase missing hardware remotely. Public Wi-Fi networks can pose eavesdropping risks, making VPNs or secure hotspots a preferable alternative. Users should maintain updated operating systems and apps, as patches often address significant vulnerabilities. Regularly reviewing permissions granted to applications is equally important, as untrustworthy apps might leak or misuse data. Consistently practicing these steps keeps mobile endpoints aligned with organizational security standards and user privacy expectations. MDM, or Mobile Device Management Solutions, empower administrators to oversee and control security settings, app deployments, and remote wipe capabilities across a large inventory of smartphones and tablets. This centralized approach is invaluable in environments where data protection and policy compliance must be uniformly enforced. As more companies adopt BYOB, Bring Your Own Device, policies, MDM helps segment personal apps from corporate data through containerization, preserving employee privacy while maintaining organizational security standards. Enforcing passcode requirements, detecting outdated OS versions, and distributing or revoking application privileges can all be done seamlessly via MDM dashboards. This framework reduces the risk associated with lost or stolen devices and provides consistent governance over mobile endpoints, which are often more vulnerable to theft and connectivity-based threats. Security is an ongoing endeavor shaped by continuous assessment, adaptation, and user awareness. Enforcing principle of least privilege ensures that no account or service has more access than it needs. Regular patching prevents attackers from exploiting known vulnerabilities. Properly sanitizing hardware at end of life through data wipes or physical destruction averts data leaks. Monitoring logs and system activity catches anomalies before they become full-blown incidents. Keeping verified backups on hand, preferably off-site, enables swift recovery from ransomware attacks or catastrophic failures. Training staff to recognize phishing schemes and report suspicious activity strengthens human defenses. By viewing security as a cycle rather than a static checkbox, organizations remain agile and better prepared for the changing threat landscape. When tackling technical issues, a systematic approach ensures consistency and efficiency. Begin by identifying the problem. Gather system information, user feedback, and error messages. Investigate possible causes using documentation, known issue databases, or professional forums. Formulate a hypothesis, then test methodically, ruling out each possibility. Once you find a solution, implement it carefully, particularly if it affects multiple users or integrated systems. Verify that the fix indeed resolves the issue, and monitor the system for any lingering side effects. And as always, document your actions, noting the problem symptoms, steps taken, and final outcome. This written record benefits both you and your colleagues, preventing repeated troubleshooting for the same symptoms and building a reference library for future incidents. Boot-related problems can arise from corrupted system files, improper BIOS UEFI settings, or failing hardware. Safe mode and recovery environments provide minimalistic loading, allowing you to investigate issues without normal drivers or services complicating matters. The boot rec / fix MBR and / rebuild CD commands repair bootloaders, while checking the boot order ensures the system targets the correct drive. Unplugging external media can avert conflicts if the BIOS tries to boot from a USB that lacks an operating system. Always verify that the primary storage device is healthy using vendor diagnostics or smart status checks. A rescue USB or recovery partition can save time when Windows fails to load entirely, letting you restore backups or revert to a previously stable configuration. Slow or unresponsive systems are often caused by resource bottlenecks, malware, or misconfigurations. The Task Manager in Windows is invaluable for identifying CPU, memory, or disk usage spikes. Disabling unnecessary startup applications or background services can free system resources and improve boot times. Regular malware scans help eliminate hidden processes that hog CPU cycles or network bandwidth. Hardware checks, particularly for overheating, are also important, as a malfunctioning fan or clogged vent can trigger throttling. In some instances, upgrading hardware offers a straightforward fix, such as installing additional RAM or moving from an HDD to an SSD, maintaining a balanced system where hardware specs match user demands, resulting in smoother performance and a more responsive computing environment. When applications crash frequently, it's vital to explore both software and system-level causes. Consulting the event viewer or relevant logs often pinpoints which component triggered the crash. Ensuring software and drivers are updated can resolve many compatibility or patch-related issues. Overly aggressive antivirus settings may interfere with normal app operations, so briefly disabling or adjusting those settings can confirm whether the security suite is causing the conflict. Corrupted user profiles or incorrect file permissions can also lead to unexpected crashes. If the problem began after a recent system update, rolling back or reinstalling the application might restore stability. Keeping a clear log of every change or update supports swift backtracking if complications arise. Windows update failures can result from corrupt system files, networking issues, or insufficient disk space. Running sfc /scan now or using DISM, Deployment Imaging Servicing and Management, corrects many core file discrepancies. Checking your connection, ensuring adequate free storage, and temporarily disabling firewalls or antivirus software can resolve some common roadblocks. The built-in Windows Update Troubleshooter automates many initial diagnostics, resetting update components or clearing caches when needed. If repeated attempts fail, manually downloading and installing specific patches from Microsoft's catalog might work. After each fix, a system reboot helps apply changes consistently. Patience and a step-by-step approach are key. Update processes involve multiple system components, and identifying the exact snag sometimes requires trial and error. BSODs occur when the Windows halts due to a serious error, often tied to a driver, hardware malfunction, or software conflict. The displayed stop code guides your initial investigation, pointing to potential culprits like faulty RAM, outdated drivers, or overheating. Tools like Blue Screen View and Who Crashed parse dump files, highlighting which module triggered the crash. If the system began crashing after a recent driver update, rolling back might restore normalcy. On the hardware side, running diagnostics like memtest86 can isolate defective memory. Overheating issues can necessitate improved cooling or reapplying thermal paste. Keeping detailed notes of each BSOD instance, including error messages and solutions attempted, identifies recurring patterns that inform long-term system maintenance strategies. Safe mode launches Windows with essential drivers and services, ideal for uninstalling conflicting software or removing malware that won't budge in normal mode. The recovery environment, accessible from the Advanced Startup menu, offers additional tools like Startup Repair, System Restore, and access to the command prompt. System Restore rolls your OS back to a previously saved snapshot, fixing issues introduced by recent driver or software installations. For more dramatic cases, the Reset This PC option reinstalls Windows, either preserving personal data or wiping it entirely. These built-in recovery mechanisms are especially valuable when you can't reach the standard desktop. Keeping dedicated rescue media or a recovery partition ensures you can act swiftly, even if normal boot processes are severely compromised. These next two utilities form a powerful diagnostic duo. Task Manager provides real-time data on CPU, memory, disk usage, and network activity, helping you quickly identify resource-intensive processes. It also offers a Startup tab to manage programs that automatically run when Windows boots. Meanwhile, the Event Viewer records system, security, and application logs, capturing details about crashes, warnings, and routine operations. By filtering for critical or recurrent issues, you can draw correlations between unusual resource spikes in Task Manager and error entries in Event Viewer. This combined insight often reveals whether a specific driver, service, or app is causing problems. Familiarizing yourself with both tools is essential for systematic troubleshooting and for making well-informed decisions about configuration changes. Reliability Monitor offers a visual history of system reliability, detailing software installs, updates, and crashes. This timeline allows you to identify the exact point a new issue started and see which changes preceded it. MSConfig, on the other hand, lets you customize boot parameters and selectively disable services or startup items. When faced with elusive or intermittent errors, you can use MSConfig's selective startup mode to isolate potential culprits by enabling services one batch at a time. If the system becomes stable after deactivating a particular service, you've likely found the root cause. Documenting these steps clarifies which changes improved or worsened stability. Combining Reliability's Monitor high-level view with MSConfig's granular control gives you a powerful set of diagnostic tools. Real-world practice refines the knowledge you gain from reading slides or documentation. Using a virtual machine or test hardware, you can safely explore driver rollbacks, OS recovery methods, and application conflict resolutions. Experimenting with user profile corruptions or permission misconfigurations helps you master quick fixes without risking production systems. Document your findings in a troubleshooting journal. Note initial symptoms, attempted solutions, and the final results. Review these logs periodically to reinforce learning and recognize patterns that might emerge again. This hands-on approach is particularly useful for exam preparation, as it marries theoretical knowledge with practical scenarios. By building confidence in a controlled environment, you'll be ready to tackle similar issues swiftly and accurately in professional settings. Clear, concise documentation underpins consistent IT operations by avoiding guesswork and preserving institutional memory. Effective change management practices require approvals from relevant stakeholders, reducing the risk of unintended consequences when software updates or network alterations occur. Ticketing systems, such as ServiceNow or Jira, keep a log of requests, track resolutions, and record timelines. Each ticket should detail who performed the change, why it was necessary, and what steps were taken. This transparency is especially valuable when troubleshooting recurring issues or answering audit queries. Properly documented changes prevent knowledge loss if key personnel leave and speed up onboarding for newcomers. Ultimately, thorough documentation and structured change management are essential for maintaining a stable, secure, and efficient IT environment. A strong backup strategy is indispensable for safeguarding data against hardware failures, malware attacks, and user mistakes. Full backups replicate entire drives or systems, providing the most comprehensive safety net. Incremental backups capture only changes since the last backup, saving time and space. Differential backups pick up all modifications since the last full backup, striking a balance between depth and efficiency. Storing copies off-site or in the cloud protects against localized disasters, while encrypting backups defend against unauthorized access. Regularly testing restore procedures is crucial to verify that backups work as intended. By embracing these guidelines, organizations can quickly recover from emergencies and protect vital information, thereby minimizing downtime and financial loss. Software licenses and regulatory compliance are foundational to lawful and ethical IT operations. EULAs and user license agreements outline the terms under which software may be installed or distributed. Volume licensing allows larger organizations to streamline installations under a single contract. Failure to comply can result in legal repercussions or hefty fines. Beyond licensing, regulations such as GDPR in Europe or HIPAA in healthcare specify how personal or sensitive data must be collected, stored, and processed. Conducting periodic audits ensures adherence to these rules and reduces the risk of non-compliance. Employees should be trained to handle data responsibly and securely, maintaining trust with clients, partners, and regulators. Proper licensing and compliance foster a stable operational environment and protect an organization's reputation. IT safety extends beyond digital security, encompassing physical safety and environmental responsibility. Electrostatic discharge (ESD) precautions, like grounding straps, protect sensitive hardware from static shocks. Tidy cable management and cleared walkways reduce trip hazards, improving workflow and minimizing accidents. Adequate ventilation and temperature control prevent overheating, prolonging hardware life. Power backup solutions, like uninterruptible power supplies (UPS) and surge protectors, shield electronics from sudden outages or voltage spikes. Environmentally, secure e-waste disposal follows local regulations, preventing harmful materials from contaminating landfills. Regularly reviewing and updating safety protocols promotes a culture where both equipment and personnel remain protected, demonstrating an organization's commitment to responsible and efficient operations. When an incident occurs, whether a security breach or catastrophic system failure, a well-defined response plan is crucial for minimizing damage. The first step is containment, isolating affected systems to stop further spread. Detailed documentation, including a chain of custody, ensures any evidence is admissible in legal or forensic investigations. If the situation exceeds internal capabilities, escalate promptly to specialized teams or external consultants. Once the root cause is identified, remediation may involve patching vulnerabilities, changing compromised passwords, or quarantining infected hardware. A post-incident review evaluates what went right, what went wrong, and how to improve. Regular testing and refining incident response protocols keeps everyone prepared, reducing panic and confusion when facing high-stakes emergencies. Technical ability alone doesn't guarantee success in IT support. Strong interpersonal and communication skills are equally important. Speaking in clear, jargon-free language helps non-technical colleagues and clients understand solutions without feeling overwhelmed. Active listening ensures you fully grasp user concerns before implementing a fix. Patience and empathy are essential. People might be stressed or frustrated by downtime or lost data. Tailoring explanations to each user's skill level can transform a confusing situation into a learning opportunity. Maintaining calm professionalism, even when under pressure, earns trust and cooperation. Following up after resolving an issue confirms that everything remains stable and builds rapport. In many cases, soft skills prove to be the deciding factor in resolving conflicts and sustaining productive partnerships. As workplaces become more decentralized, remote access and troubleshooting tools grow increasingly important. Microsoft's Remote Desktop Protocol, RDP, lets you control Windows systems from afar, assuming firewalls and permissions are properly configured. SSH, Secure Shell, provides a command line interface for managing Linux or macOS environments securely. Third-party solutions like TeamViewer or AnyDesk enable cross-platform sessions with intuitive interfaces. It's vital to gain user consent before initiating remote control and to communicate all actions clearly. Encrypted connections protect against eavesdropping, and usage logs in many remote tools track session details. Mastering these utilities not only expedites support services, but also broadens your capabilities, allowing you to assist clients or team members anywhere with a stable internet connection. Practical scenarios are where theory meets reality. Perhaps a user reports their computer mysteriously freezes every hour. Investigations might include checking Task Manager for resource spikes, Event Viewer for error logs, or verifying recent driver updates. Another user could have network drive access issues, prompting checks of their credentials, map drive paths, and connectivity to the file server. Each case draws on different diagnostic methods, showing the importance of a varied knowledge base. Prioritizing issues based on severity ensures mission-critical tasks receive immediate attention. If the solution exceeds your expertise, quickly escalating ensures swift resolution. Always document the final fix so that colleagues or future you can reference it. These scenarios highlight the value of adaptability and methodical thinking in the IT field. Professional conduct fosters trust and smooth cooperation in any technical role. Arriving punctually and prepared signals respect for colleagues and clients' time. Following established dress codes or neat attire, even in casual settings, displays seriousness. Upholding privacy standards by only accessing relevant files or data nurtures confidence in your work. Clear, courteous communication, whether in person, via email, or through a help desk ticketing system, prevents misunderstandings and keeps everyone on the same page. Listening attentively shows empathy and a genuine desire to resolve issues effectively. Summaries of completed work, delivered in a polite tone, offer reassurance and clarity. Ultimately, a blend of professionalism and expertise makes users feel supported, encourages collaboration, and benefits both personal reputation and the organization. Before proceeding, let's recap fundamental points from earlier slides. Operating systems manage resources, processes, and security, acting as the backbone for user interactions. Windows editions vary by feature set: Home, Pro, Enterprise, and Education, while installation methods include clean installs, upgrades, or imaging for bulk deployments. Key configuration tools range from the control panel to the command line, ensuring you can fine-tune the OS for diverse needs. macOS emphasizes integrated user experiences with time machine backups and disk utility maintenance. Linux thrives on open-source collaboration, requiring command line proficiency. File system choices, NTFS, FAT32, exFAT, APFS, or ext4, affect compatibility and security. Finally, mobile platforms, iOS and Android, and mobile device management highlight how technology is extending beyond desktops and servers into personal, portable realms. Continuing the review, security revolves around preserving confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Malware spans viruses, worms, Trojans, and ransomware, while social engineering exploits human vulnerabilities like phishing or impersonation. Combining physical and logical safeguards, such as locked server rooms and firewalls, fortifies your environment. User accounts benefit from strong passwords, multi-factor authentication, and least privilege principles. A consistent troubleshooting approach: identify, test, fix, verify, document, streamlines problem resolution. Comprehensive OS troubleshooting must handle everything from boot errors to update failures, leveraging tools like Task Manager, Event Viewer, and Reliability Monitor. Operational best practices: regular backups, licensing adherence, documentation, and a professional approach. Round out the skill set needed to excel in IT, ensuring both organizational stability and personal credibility. Congratulations on completing this crash course. Now is the time to consolidate your learning by identifying weaker topics and revisiting them for deeper study. Practical lab exercises remain the most effective way to solidify knowledge. Whether you spin up virtual machines to experiment or use spare hardware for hands-on practice, simulated or real practice exams help you acclimate to question formats and timing, highlighting areas needing further review. Memory hacks and mnemonics can prove invaluable under time pressure. Dedicate a brief window of final review, ensuring concepts remain fresh as you head into the testing environment. Your structured efforts, reinforced by tangible practice, will equip you to approach the CompTIA A Core 2 exam with confidence and the skills necessary to succeed.